welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for supporting the platform. Please do like and share on all platforms. Like and share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. Do not keep this to yourself. Make sure you invite someone to join us on this very program. Join us on this very important. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for sharing. Welcome, my beloved sister, Linda TV show. Thank you for joining, my sister. I appreciate you. I welcome everyone that has connected and those who are yet to join, and those that will be watching later. I welcome every one of you. Thank you for being part of the program. Like and share on your platform. Like and share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. We must continue to spread this gospel. Don't be silent. Before we proceed on the message of today, let us listen to our inspirational songs and prayers before we get into the business of the day. Welcome every one of you.
Proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who said it in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, Nanying Kebine Ligwe, Kahagedin song, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year, we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, Let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our covenant. Oh Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isobo. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I had in he said,
welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining us on this program, wherever you are joining from. I appreciate every one of you that has connected so far. May Chukwu Okike Abimagara and protect you. As you join us, please like and share the program. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to us. I welcome you, my beloved sister Linda TV show. Please, if you are not following the Linda TV show, make sure you follow her. I welcome you, son. You're welcome, Frank Chukwuka. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I appreciate everyone that has connected. Please, as you connect to this platform, make sure you invite someone. Make sure you invite someone. Very, very important. In this platform, you all know what we do in this platform. We do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to attack anybody. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come here to attack any individual. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to send the message of Biafra to the whole world. You're welcome, Ngozi Obara. Thank you so much for joining, my beloved sister Ngozi Obara. You're welcome. My dear sister Diana Agobiade, thank you so much for joining, Diana. I appreciate you. So as I was saying, you know why we come here. We do not come here to preach hate or instigate violence. Neither do we come here to attack any race or religion. What we do here is to bring the plight of the Biafran before the whole world. To let the world know the true story that is going on in Biafra land. We are here to set the record straight. We are here to say things the way they are. We are here to say things without being politically correct. We set the record straight and put it out there for those who want to hear, to hear. If you want to hear, you pay attention and listen. If you do not want to hear, it is up to you. In this platform, every morning when we come here, it is an interactive section, a section where we interact with everybody. As long as you are in this platform, you have the right to appear in this platform and air your opinion. All you need to do is to click on that very link. From that link, you can come in and make your opinion. While you are coming, make sure that you are properly covered up. You can't appear on this platform naked. And when you are speaking, keep every word you want to say in a civil manner. Speak in a civil manner so that the world will understand you. The Biafran government is watching. The cabinet members are watching. Our prime minister is observing. So whatever you say here, he is going to get it. And whether he responds to it or not depends on the way you present your matter. Use this opportunity to express yourself and say things you want to say. Just be civil in anything you want to say. I'm not telling you not to get angry. I'm not telling you to throw away your own opinion. I'm not telling you not to express yourself or be politically correct. All I am saying is you can do all you want to do, but make sure you do it in a civil manner so that people will understand you. I welcome every one of you once again, and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. We have come once again to do what we know how to do best. I will not take much of your time, and we are going to go into the discussion of the day. And what do? Setting the record straight, saying it the way it is. Every one of us know the situation, and we will never go back from what I'm saying. Now, there is a statement that has been put forward by the Biafran government, a statement that has been issued. It was posted about an hour ago by our Prime Minister. I'm going to read that statement, what it says. The statement reads, as the Biafran Declaration of 2nd December 2024 comes closer, our objective is to see Biafra total freedom from Nigeria, which will help to restore peace and stability in the entire Sahel region. It will also help to end terrorism in West Africa, because the target of the terrorists, with the help of Nigerian government, is to take over Biafra territory and then start launching attack against the West and America. This is an information that you can't afford to ignore. The message is to the world. It's left for them to pay attention or not. And it continues to read, the Biafra Republic government in exile, BRICS, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, has hired one of the prominent lobbying firms in Washington, D.C., to represent Biafra government effective from 12/6/2024. This is a very important information, as I have always said. That is why I have to read it out. And I read this section again. The Biafra Republic government in exile, BRICS, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, has hired one of the prominent lobbying firms in Washington, D.C. to represent Biafra government effective from 12/6/2024, effective from yesterday being 12. It is a very important information that you must keep to your heart. Our arms remain wide open to other possibilities across board. Biafrans are ready to make friends with whoever is willing to help in the liberation. We have no enemies other than Nigeria terrorist states. This statement is coming from the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, released on the 13th June 2024, today. This is very, very important, and we must not lose that. You know, when we talked about the preparation of the Prime Minister in the restoration of Biafra, I tell you that the beauty of the restoration of Biafra today, why I am supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa with my whole heart, not being pushed, not being controlled or pushed to do it, not being paid off. Why I am supporting Mazi Simon Ekpa is because of what I am seeing. From the moment Mazi Simon Ekpa joined this very struggle, what I see with my eyes, I am judging based on that. What I have discovered based on my own verifications. That is why I come every blessed day, in the morning and in the evening, to come and speak about Biafra. It is not because anybody is paying me. It is not because Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, says so. No. It is because of what he is doing. He is equal to the task. From the very first time he joined, I have checked his consistency from the moment he joined this very struggle. His consistency, he said, there is no time I will be in this struggle for 5 good years with nothing to show. He went ahead to say, I know when Biafra will come. He gave us a date. And today we are looking forward to a date for the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. He didn't just do that and go to sleep. He came and told us his plan. He also explained to us the 3 dimensions in which he is going to use to restore Biafra. Multi-dimensional system. And he said he has plan A to Z. Listen, plan A to Z. And every single day, we see him implementing different methods, different plans, implementation of different plans, different strategies. Every blessed day. Based on the things you and I are seeing, what on earth will make you to raise your finger or your eyes or your mouth and speak against Mazi Simon Ekpa? Do I need to convince you to listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa based on what you are seeing today? Only an idiot, a hater, a wicked man, a jealous man will continue to stand against him. Apart from that, you have no reason whatsoever to stand against a man who has shown you every method and way he's going to restore it. And it's not just by saying it. The beauty of it all is that in this present day restoration of Biafra, in this new dimension, there is nothing that is hidden. Mazi Simon Ekpa does not do anything in secret and say, I will not tell you. Whatever move he makes, he will come and tell you, this is what I'm doing. When he explained about the 3 major ways in which we are going to fight for this Biafra and get it, he talked about democratic means, that we are going to pursue the restoration of the independence of Biafra democratically. He has actually done it through the self-referendum. Through the self-referendum, Biafrans by themselves democratically have given the right to the Biafran government to go on and fight for them, be their voice and speak for them. Through the self-referendum, the Prime Minister of Biafra, the government in Israel, have been legitimized. His office has been cemented. The Biafran government have gained more weight with more than 40 million votes and still counting. That is democracy that you are seeing. Democratically, Biafra is doing excellently well. He went ahead to say, we will not fold our hands going only democratically. We are going to protect and defend our land through self-defense on armed struggle. In the armed struggle today, I can bet you that the Liberation Army of Biafra can stand any army in the planet Earth. The Liberation Army of Biafra can face any army on this planet Earth. Let the idiots continue to deny it. Let the liars continue to lie.
Let the ignorant ones continue to feel it's not happening. Let the haters continue to push their program back, blackmail. It does not change anything. That is why I do not waste my time to convince you to believe. Seeing is believing. Today, only an idiot, a blind person, will say he's not seeing what the Liberation Army is doing. The Liberation Army of Biafra, on restoration of Biafra, have done marvelously well, and they are still doing well. When you come to the delegitimization of the contraption called Nigeria in Biafran territory, they are doing excellently well on daily basis. Respecting the rule of engagement, they do not engage after anybody except those who are armed against Biafras, whether in uniform or off uniform. The only people they after are those terrorists that are after the Biafran people, that are terrorists after the Biafran. Some of them in military uniform, some of them are not in military. Whichever military you are armed in Biafran territory, they will come after you. They don't go after civilians. It does not matter your religion. It does not matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. The Liberation Army of Biafra doesn't go against the innocent. They have no business with the civilians. And they are doing excellently well. Today, our Prime Minister told us that the Biafran people are going to engage diplomatically. In that diplomatic engagement, already the Biafran government have opened liaison offices across the world. And every of those liaison offices have tendered letter of recognition in every country where they are. They tender letter of recognition and they are recognized. It is not just a mushroom gathering. It is not just a secret gathering. It is not a secret cult. This is a legitimate organization that has been registered across board. Every single place they are registered. Every liaison office of Biafra is registered under the government where they are domiciled. And he told us that he's going to go ahead to start on the lobbying in United Nations, in the EU, in the US, and so many other places. And when he says it, this is a man who says a word and gives you evidence. It's not about underground. The reason I am supporting Mazi Simon is not because he called me personally and told me to support him or because of what he did. It's because of what he's doing. The consistency in him since he has joined this struggle. It is only a blackmailer, a hater that will come and tell you he has not done anything. Today, this is the press release, the statement he has just released. This statement is just an hour ago. The Biafran Republic government in exile, BRICS, under the leadership of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, hired one of the prominent lobbying firms in Washington, D.C. to represent Biafra government, effective from 12/6/2024. This same lobbies, this same thing he has done. This same thing was done under Mazen Nandekano. Do you know how much Mazen Nandekano told us we are spending on this? Mazen Nandekano said that IPOB was spending $200,000 per month to lobby in the United States. Mazen Nandekano said it on live program. $200,000. And the idiots who were stealing this money from Mazen Nandekano, today none of them can be found anywhere. They were only stealing money from Mazen Nandekano, stealing. They collect and they made no movement with the 200,000 paid per month. Even during that time when Donald Trump was there, during the Donald Trump convention that Mazen Nandekano went there, he wasn't even recognized properly. But today, our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa in Finland, doing the necessary thing, following the necessary steps, even without traveling to the US, has gotten that thing that Mazi Nandekano is seeking for.
Very good.
He has gotten it. This is what criminals that surround Mazi. How, oh my God, how I wish Mazi Nandekano is present. Only Chukwu Okekabema knows why. Only Chukwu Okekabema knows why he took Mazi Nandekano out. Because if Mazi Nandekano was to be around, these criminals will still be there blocking Mazi Simon Ekpa to do what he has to do. Mazen Nandekano introduced command and control with a good intention. The command and control was for good intention, to make Biafrans be focused and consistent on what they are pursuing. But these criminals that surround that table, today, no single, can you just imagine that none of them is standing, not even one person? Now you understand when Mazen Nandekano was crying and said, I need 100 men. So many of us, we are wondering, how can this man be talking about 100 men when he have coordinators across the world? When they are telling us that members of DOS are more than 1,000, how could Mazen Nandekano be crying? Even he made it open. He said, I have not found anyone. In one of his brokers, he said, I have not found even one. Now you understand. When he was saying those things, many of us were confused. I myself was confused. I started following Mazen Nandekano closely from 2015. After they arrested Mazen Nandekano in Lagos, that was when I began to follow him closely. Everything that had to do with his messages, I follow it bomber to bomber. So many things I say here are things I heard from him directly when he was sending a message on broadcast.
Okay.
So many things he said then, we were confused. But today, Chukwu Okike Abiyama used the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Mazi Simon Ekpa, to open our eyes. Today, our eyes are wide open. Mazen Nandekano is so pure and clean that wherever he enters, his whiteness, his cleanliness covers every dirt around him. The brightness around Mazen Nandekano overshadowed every darkness around him.
Yeah.
If Mazen Nandekano was to be here, those darkness will still be there, and you can never identify them because of the presence of Mazen Nandekano. He is so pure, so pure. It's just like when we talk about, they say through one man, grace entered into the world, and through one man, the whole world is saved. That was the position Mazen Nandekano was taking for IPOB to restore Biafra. It was the grace. The grace upon Mazen Nandekano was so powerful that no matter what you do under him, it won't be noticed. But when it came for the time to be separating the chaff from the wheat, Chukwu Okike Abiyama permitted Mazen Nandekano exit. And that was why Mazen Nandekano, by his own self, prepared for what happened to him. He prepared. Some of you have forgotten that he told us that after 150 days prayer, we will march.
Good.
He said, after 150 days prayer, we will march. And we started the prayer with him.
Yes. Exactly.
We started the prayer with him. And in the process of the prayer, just like in the case of Christ, because I will be giving you example with things that happen in the Bible, because most of us are Christians. I am a Christian myself. Before the ascension or crucifixion of Christ, he left with apostles and prayed. He prayed with apostles. He told them, wait with me here, pray along with me and wait. Before he came back, they are already sleeping and dozing. The same thing in the case of Mazen Nandekano. Do you know that almost all those idiots, none of them participated in that 150 days prayer?
Okay.
Even after the death of Mazen Nandekano, they tried to change the prayer to sacrifice. That idiot that called himself the HOD came and began to announce of using Osaoji to come in the sun and raise up and whatever. Begin to change the direction to show you that they have not been following this man. Not even one of them.
Exactly.
Mazen Nandekano prepared for the mission. He prepared himself and he left. And my joy is that before ever he left, he has already announced the person that will take over. He anointed him even in our presence, and some of us didn't notice. Have you asked yourself, why is it that Mazen Nandekano is still with us and he will tell us, go and listen to this man. He is bringing the new dimension. Is it impossible for Mazen Nandekano by himself to bring that new dimension? Why did Mazen Nandekano tell us, this man, look at the way, the new dimension. Follow him, share his videos, listen to him. What other anointing are you expecting? Okay, just like they were crying. Some of them, the anger on Mazen, like they said, Mazen Nandekano brought Mazen Simon Ekpa through the door, through the window. That he didn't bring, he brought him to the window. He didn't consult them. He didn't take permission from them. That is why most of them are fighting him up to today. That he never come to them to bend and take permission. And I bet you, if Mazen Nandekano had made any consultation before announcing Mazen Simon Ekpa, they would never allow it. But being that Mazen Nandekano, he is not just a leader, he is our spiritual leader. He saw that glory. Because Chukwu Okeme already told him when he prayed in Israel, after they wanted to kill him, when he escaped, he prayed in Israel. He said it. And he prayed and told Chukwu Okeme that, is it these people who are around me? Are they the people that are going to bring Biafra? I have not seen person, not even one. I've not seen anybody. Chukwu Okeme told them, when the time comes, I am going to send those who are going to do the job. And when that time came, he saw Master Simon Ekpa and he recognized him. He didn't wait a second, he announced him. And he began to prepare for his exit. Your leader told you that we will march after 150 days. After 150 days, they were still telling us to go back and continue to evangelize. They came out and they were, after 3 years, they came out, they said that we are not fighting to restore Biafra. We don't have the strength. What we are doing now is the sensitization. The sensitization that you have done for almost 2 decades. You see, Biafrans, any one of us that has not woken up now, you will never wake up. Just go back to your sleep. When we get to Biafra land, we wake you.
Exactly.
Biafra belongs to all of us. We will not drive anybody away. It is our home. But it is certain that it is not all of us that will fight for that freedom and get it. There are certain people that are ordained for that mission. If you are not ordained for that mission, take your blanket, cover yourself, pretend as if you don't know what is happening. Let us be. When we get into Biafra, come, no problem. But where you are going to meet your end is when you begin to stand as a stumbling block. If you make any move to start as a building block against Biafra or against our prime minister, you meet your doom. It doesn't matter who you are.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter who ordained you. It doesn't matter your language. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your position. You raise any standard against the restoration of Biafra, you are doomed. You are finished.
Exactly.
With this very statement that our prime minister released this morning, if there is anybody that still have a doubt on Master Simon Ekpa, don't beg him or her. Don't preach to him or her. Allow them. The Thomas will see. They will believe when they see.
Yeah.
This is a man they are busy talking of how to arrest him, how to kidnap him, because what they are planning is not arrest. He himself have told them, engage Finland government. Let the Finland government stand between Nigerian government and Biafran government to settle the issue. At every point in time, he has given them a loophole, a table for discussion, but they don't want to take it. They are busy planning kidnap while he is busy making exploit. Today, we have successfully nailed one of the best lobbies in the United States, in Washington, D.C., to lobby for Biafra. And it's not done in the secret. You see him announce it. It's on Twitter. The whole world is watching and seeing. And if it is a lie, the whole world can debunk it. It's not in a time where you say, oh, we are doing this in secret. No, we don't want to talk. If we talk, Master Simon will tell you, I will tell you what I will do. If you have the power to destroy it or go and truncate it, go ahead. He has said this several times. He's not begging you not to go and spoil. If you can spoil it, go. It is because it is Chukwu Okike project. It's not his project. He is just a spokesperson.
Of course.
Whatever Chukwu Okike put in his mouth to say, he will say it. Who are you? That you are debunking him or you're fighting. You're not fighting him. It's not his battle.
Exactly.
The earlier people begin to understand this, the better. And if you don't understand it, I am sorry for you. You are going to meet your doom.
Of course.
You're welcome, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for joining. Please go ahead and speak to Biafrans. You're welcome.
Good morning, sir.
You're welcome, my beloved brother.
Yeah, highly blessed. I love the way you sound, and I will use this opportunity to appreciate what Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is doing. He is doing a
Absolutely.
very fantastic job, very
Absolutely.
great one.
Yeah.
Just like Onyendu has said it before, when God pointed at him that he should be the one on board.
Mm.
I appreciate so much. And I also welcome all the Biafrans who are ready to push behind him to ensure this achievement is made. This is the greatest achievement in life.
Absolutely. Well, network problem. Please exercise patience while our brother connects back so that he can be able to complete his line of thought. We know these are one of the problems we face online all the time. When we come on, there will always be all these hinges here and there, but we must not give up. Let us exercise a little patience until he can be able to communicate properly and we can hear him. So, my fellow Biafrans, as I have said, every hand must be on deck. Everything that you see happening today is made possible because of you and I. It's been made possible because of your contributions. If you have not started contributing, start that now. If you have not started playing your own part, please start playing your own part now. Play your own role. The success that the Biafra is experiencing today is unimaginable, and there is nothing anybody can do to break it down. The Biafran people, we have come to restore Biafra. Gone are the days when we are only talking. Just like my promise I said, there is no longer time for exposition and broadcast. Today, we are in the restoration of Biafra and it must be restored. No matter what anybody says, it must be restored. You're welcome back, my beloved brother. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome back. Can you hear me? Let's know if you can hear me, my brother. I think you're having a network problem. Your network is kind of troubling out there. If you can hear me, go on and speak to Biafrans, my brother.
All right. Yeah, the greatest achievement in life, achievement of freedom.
Wow, what is going on?
Yeah, regarding to what the chief terrorists.
You're breaking up. Your network is
Yeah,
breaking up.
I say that.
Maybe you can go down and send a request again. Let's see if it can be corrected.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. You just go down and send request again. Let's see if we can be able to correct that. So, my fellow Biafrans, let us wait for our brother to go down and come back again. It is for us to share views because a lot of things are happening so fast, faster than we expect. A lot of things are happening very, very fast, and regardless the situation of what we see, we must not give up. We must not give up. We must not allow anything to stand our way to freedom. We must continue to make sure that things happens the way it's supposed to. Yeah, you're welcome back, my brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, thank you, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was saying that I want to react to the wailing of the chief terrorist, Musa.
Yeah.
Uh, the Nigerian chief of terrorists staff.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why he should be willing, calling for citizens to like give them support, a maximum support according to him, that security is every man's business, and so they should get involved into it by, supplying them informations that will help for security outfits. And here I was just laughing. I say, look at jokers, bunch of irresponsible people. And I don't know. I have what to tell Biafrans, not just Biafrans, the whole world, because this is a truth that everybody needs to know about these Nigerian states, the zoo or the jungle called a nation. Now, number one, when they will call the citizens to supply them these informations, I don't know. My question is, so that they will secure who? Secure what? That's my question. Because in as much as I am concerned, these citizens that they want to get this information from, they are not out to protect them or to secure them. Now
Absolutely.
they want to gather information from them so that they can continue to use that, map their strategies on how to continue killing the innocent citizens. Because now, if you talk about security, they are supposed to serve the citizens, the masses, the people, the nation. But the rivers is the case here. Now they have shared the security members of that is the members of the forces of Nigeria. They have
Yeah.
shared them, or yeah, to themselves. Are you getting what I'm saying? They have
Yeah.
shared all the officers, both in the military, both in the police, and other security agencies that are armed. You know, they have shared all of them onto themselves. The politicians.
Yeah.
You reach in one person's compound, or when one person is moving, you see him with a convoy, a
Absolutely.
reasonable number of the members of the forces going with them in their compounds the same. And then the ones that are supposed to really, stand at the strategic areas according to the rule of engagement to secure the society for the good of the citizens, they are not there.
They are not.
They are not there. So now, if this Musa will be talking about the citizens, supplying them with informations that can enable them to, for security outfits, I wonder why he is sounding like that. And I think it's because he's looking at the Nigerian citizens as, fools that are worse than goats. Because or otherwise, he will not do that. If
Sorry for the disruption. Let's wait for him to reconnect back. I think it's a network problem. Please be patient. All Biafrans that are watching, be patient. Let's give our brother the time to reconnect back and continue on his line of thought. Problem is all we have. Sometimes you'll be kicked out of the program, and sometimes you have one obstruction or the other. So when we have such obstructions, we should exercise patience for him to log back and continue on his line of thought. The most important thing is that we have to be focused and continue to make our contributions the best way we can
until we get to the promised land. Welcome back, my brother.
Thank you, sir. So here, as I was saying, he will say so because he knows that they have succeeded to fool everybody within or across the country. That's why he's sounding like that. Now, where does security start? Security starts from a lot of things that they have denied the poor masses. That is where
Absolutely.
security starts.
That's right.
Now, number four, I am here to say that, like a question, which security are they talking about concerning the nation or either the cities? Of course, which borders the citizens. Now, when we all know that there is no food for the citizens, for the poor masses, and we know that there is no hospital for their health care, we all know that there is no water for their sustenance.
No,
We all know that there is no light
no,
to serve
whatsoever.
them as human beings. Yet they are tasking the people to pay bills, NEPA bills, when there is no single supply of light to them. And a situation where a people, so-called a government, will rise up and set a team or a people that will always go out to, have these bills from the citizens. And yet, lights, that business is to, is for the supply of light to the citizens for 31 days which is a month.
Mm.
Then at a given amount stipulated. But they will send the people to go, and sometimes or most times police will accompany them because they know what they are doing, that they haven't fulfilled their parts, but yet they will come and use force to collect people the said amount, which is to serve for 31 days. And
Wickedness.
yet light is only supplied not up to a full day, which is 24 hours. When they will flash lights maybe for 1 hour, and then after 3 hours they will flash again for 30 minutes, and then later they will flash again for 1 hour, and then maybe that ends it for the whole month. At the end of the day, they come and collect money for 31 days. Look
Activated
at
bill.
this and see what people are doing, and they will call themselves a government that people should obey. Imagine this kind of impunity on the citizens. And yet later they will tell me we are in democracy. I don't understand what kind of democracy it is. And as I was saying, security starts from food, and yet no food for the people. That's how you secure the people as a government. Now security goes with hospital care, the health of the people. This is security of the masses. As a government, is the responsibility of the government. Now there is no water, like I said, no light, no roads for easy movement, and yet they are shouting security. I don't understand what kind of security. Well, now there is no school. This is all for security, and yet
Absolutely.
no school. Now there is no work provided, work provision for the citizens, which all this is part of security. And yet none of those things are being put in place for the welfare of the citizens. And yet they will talk about security, and I don't know which fool they are talking to. Like I, who is sitting here, you can't talk to me when I am seeing clear and I have understanding and my brain is working. You can't deceive me.
No.
And then all of these things, like I mentioned, borders on security. When these things are failed upon, then we are now talking about insecurity. The government themselves are the ones who created this insecurity that they are
Absolutely.
talking about all the time. And yet they will leave to go and mention Onyendu, Nnamdi Kanu inside it. They will leave to go and mention Simon Ekpa inside insecurity. I don't understand who they are fooling or who they are trying to blindfold when they have 100% failed, I mean woefully, in this same thing called security. And as foolish as Nigerians, sometimes before this time, if Onyendu is in his gospel, they say he abuses people. And I say, no, he does not abuse people. To address somebody the way he addresses himself is not abuse.
It is not.
It's not. If you make yourself a fool, you are a fool. Let us call a spade a spade. Let us tell ourselves the truth always and say things the way they are. I wonder when will Nigerians start being realistic and stop deceiving themselves, because they are not deceiving me, they are deceiving themselves,
Absolutely.
you know. So security, the federal government of Nigeria, which I do not call federal government, is a banditry setup. It's a terrorist group because these functionalities that they are into marks them completely and addresses them as terrorists. You understand me, sir?
Yes.
You know. Now, number 5, you see, it is only in Nigeria where you will hear that human beings expires across the whole world. It's only in Nigeria that you will hear that human beings expires. And you will hear that certificates expires in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Terrorists of the highest order, calling themselves or parading themselves like a government when it is not a government, in as much as I am concerned. Now, how will a human being full of life in him expire? Tell me that. And then you will say, because you are above 20 years, or you are above 21 years, there is no work for you again. You have expired. You can't hold any work in Nigeria again. You can't gain any employment in Nigeria again. I don't understand. Is that what is happening in other countries?
Not at all.
Now, all of these things, because they feel they have subjugated the people, even up to their mentality, they will come out and be blabbing before the world that they are a government, insecurity in Nigeria and all of that, when they are the ones that are causing the insecurity. Now, if you cannot give somebody a job and he is jobless, you purposely make him jobless person. What do you think you are doing? Is it not the insecurity you are creating a
Exactly.
room for? And you come out shamelessly and be talking, and the world will be hearing you. Now, these same people calling themselves a government will say certificate has expired. And all of these are tactics they are using so that they cannot make work provision for the citizens. And they will cause you going back if it is WAEC, register again, write new WAEC again, and then you will you receive the certificate. And after collecting the certificate, you will buy new shoe and put on your leg. and use this certificate, turn around looking for what to do until the shoe will eat up on your legs and your foot will be marching on ground, yet you are with shoe on your legs. And later on, they will tell you, this certificate again has expired. This is a government. And you say, I should call them a government? When I know the responsibility of a government, and yet these same people who parade themselves as government, they have failed completely, and they will take the blame upon Mazim Nandi Kanu and take the blame upon Simon Ekpa.
That's what they do.
I don't know who they are trying to deceive. Is it people like I and you, or who? I don't understand. It
Of course,
irritates me so
people like
high
themselves. They are
when the
deceiving people
truth
like
is
themselves.
very, very glaring and the people will still stand out deceiving people. I don't understand. Yet, number 6, Nigerian government is a brain killer. Are you aware of that?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nigerian government is a brain killer. Now, God blesses these people found within this geographical space that is called Nigeria today. He blesses us, I mean super highly, that we have a lot of talents. A lot of talents that when you create a platform where they can come out to practice something, I mean, they will make exploits in this world. But Nigeria, when they discover this, is either they will kidnap you so that other people will not say, oh, we found such brains in Nigeria and Nigeria government is not doing anything to, to them or for them or something to be developed or something. And then they will just kidnap you, share your parts in as meat, and then maybe sell it out to China and use it to make money for themselves additionally. And you say this is a government. And they will come out and say insecurity, Simon Ekpa, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. I am here to expose them with using this opportunity that you create for me. And now, all of these brains at the end of the day will go waste. Some will stay until their time elapsing on earth, they die off without harvesting it, without making use of it. And yet, the blame goes to Simon Ekpa, the blame goes to Nnamdi Kanu. Is Nnamdi Kanu the Nigerian government? Absolutely no. Let the world open their eyes to see the facts and truths that is here, so that they can rise up and do the needful if they are not out to support evil. Now, number 7, there is no single platform created for the Nigerian citizens, neither for theory or practicals. I mean, no study platform, no good study platform is being created by the same people who parade themselves as governments for the good of the citizens, for theoretical studies or neither practicals. So that right there we will know exactly what God has blessed us with and how to go about the use. And if they wake up, they will tell me they are a government. And I should accept, I unworthy should accept it. Never, I can't. I am not a fool like that. Then, number 8. Number 8. These are a people who prone themselves to always sell out their raw material. They give out their material at raw states. And bear with me, be it an individual, or an organization or a government that subscribes to, giving out their materials at raw states, they will ever remain poor.
Absolutely.
They will ever remain poor
That is
because a
true.
lot of things are inside that raw material, which if you sit down, so a kind of, you know, explore on it, or either refine this raw material, is going to give you a lot of extracts
Absolutely.
at the end of it. And each of it is going to supply you with so much. But yet they will subscribe to giving out this material at raw states. And bear me witness, anybody who subscribes to this, and as you give out this material, the person you give out this material to is the one that they,
Absolutely.
because he will and get all that God puts inside raw material and enrich himself with it, while you have only succeeded to go with a peanut to remain poor for life. That is what I mean. A whole government of a state named to have a populace of, I mean, 240 million, which I know is more than that. This is this kind of state, or country, that a government sets in it will behave so stupid, so myopic, I mean, so animalistic, and they will choose to go with beastlyhood than behaving like human beings. And they will be gallivanting themselves for me to call them a government when they have failed woefully. I can't. People that will subscribe to remaining as fools will call them a government. But the habit they portray is the habit of a terrorist. The government of Nigeria is a terrorist group, and sounding it for the whole world to know, to understand the state
Absolutely.
of Nigeria, so that they can, if they have anything good for the citizens, they can do something about that. But it's obvious that they have shown us that they have nothing. And so it's only people who have come to full realization that will wake up for self-determination, just like Biafra is doing. And that's why I keep supporting this cause in any way possible that my hand could reach, because that is the only best thing that we will do here that will please God himself for mankind
Absolutely.
that he created. Because now, like I used to tell people, where you rise up, be it in the church or outside the church, or in short, let me just be specific to the church or particular about the church. Now, you will rise up as a minister and tell me I am wealthy to follow you go for fasting and prayers. And then in that fasting and prayers, the theme is, oh God, bless us one Nigeria. And you feel I should follow you myself, I am wealthy, should follow you for that fasting and prayers. When God has already answers our prayers and is very evidential around us, and out of irresponsibility, things are going wrong. Out of irresponsibility, when God has already played his own parts, and which of course he authorizes us to play our parts, to make the 100% that will create a better living for us. And then we have failed on our own parts. I should follow you to go for fasting and prayers, so that God himself will now leave his seat and come down to handle that part for us, Abi, which of course he can never do. And if we are not ready to rise up and take responsibility, that part will remain against us. And God will punish us over it at the end of it, because he has given us all the prowess to explore what he
Yes.
has put within our territories for our good. So when we fail on it, we should not call God unto it. We should blame ourselves. And now, this is happening, that since the birth of Nigeria, imagine a situation where you give birth to a child and that child will not grow. I mean, he will only remain on crawling, cannot stand, cannot walk, cannot grow as a full-fledged human being that will be useful to both himself and the society. And then until today, you are 64 years old. That is Nigerian states. And yet he's still crawling on the ground. And you want me to accept with you on all your scam when you are the cause of your problem. Of course, purposely. And now, Pastor, what is wrong with you? That you will gather the membership of the church and then let us fast and pray. Oh God, bless us one Nigeria. How long will you pray this prayer that is not working? Yes, we pray and ask God when somebody is in coma. We pray and ask God, oh God, restore back this person. And he answers us instantaneously. And now, this particular petition alongside, bless us one Nigeria, God has never answered this prayer until 64 years today. And the minister or the ministers will refuse to go back to God and say, Papa, you have been faithful to us in every other petition we table before you. How about this particular one? You haven't attended to it. What is the secret? They have not done that. They are only busy doing their picking pockets in the church to survive themselves and their families alone, selfish people. And then people have fasted over 64 years now, praying. And a lot of them have developed ulcer over this particular prayer points, unanswered. And of course, the book of James tells us that there is nothing God cannot do. There is no impossibility found with him. And so if you pray and you do not have the answer, that means you do not pray aright. You prayed amiss. And that particular petition has ever been amiss. And that is why God will not answer it. I took my time. I met a lot of ministers to call their attention when I got this message. And I told them, change your prayer pattern, change your prayer points. Nigeria is not for you, 70-year-old man. Nigeria is not for you. The earlier you realize this, the better for you. Can you start waking up to subscribe for a different thing? Lead the membership of the church to pray another prayer that, oh God, give us a new nation, which will be Biafra, as a Biafran man, and not to keep over this that cannot work. And of course, from our Bible, before I go back to what I have to table out, God himself made us to understand that when Ishmael came forth, I don't know if I should say, put it like, oh, a mistake. Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Good. Now, Ishmael, when he came up, God asked Abraham and says, separate this child from you, so that let them not be together or mingle together with Isaac? Is God a fool by doing that?
No.
He knows what will happen after. And that is why he said he gave that instruction. And that separation took place to enable Isaac be what he ought to be or live his life peacefully and achieve the purpose which he is for on this surface earth. Now, Christians will tell me that we should continue this particular unionship, a forceful unionship indeed that can never work. And at the end of it, they will tag it for an end time when you are the cause of your problem. Yes, we know that end times marks are there because God will never lie.
Yes.
They are there, very, very distinctive.
Absolutely.
But we cannot mistaken things that we cause for ourselves for end times.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we are lying against God.
Yeah.
And we don't need to continue like that. This unionship is a forceful one and it does not have to continue. And the point is very clear. That is the reason why God never answers these particular prayer points of the Christians. Oh God, bless us one Nigeria. One Nigeria can never work. God has made it out clearly to us. Let's keep foolishness aside and begin to be very factual. It will go a long way to help us. And stop heaping blames where we are not supposed to heap blames. Now, I go on number 9. A government that is a borrow and share government. A government that does not believe in show working. And you say it's a government?
It
A
is not.
government that does not believe in taking responsibility. And you say it's a government?
It is
A
not.
very lazy government that slumbers at all times and only believes on eating. And you say I should call them a government. They are not up to a government for my reach. I mean to address them like that. No, no at all. They are not a government. This is a bandit group, a terrorist group. Very, very clear and bold. Let the whole world see it like that. And let the citizens start realizing themselves to this state. It will go a long way to help us to be determined on exactly what to do that can serve as a clue to our problems and stop deceiving ourselves. Now, a government that on this borrowing that they borrow, that they believe on, they have borrowed and accumulated debts over a lot of countries, and at this time they cannot be able to pay it. Before Tinubu thought of running campaigns for elections of 2023/2024, I told people that the government of Nigeria, so-called, they have borrowed and accumulated so much debt that they cannot be able to pay. And they have stolen all the money and gone across the other nations to dump it there without using it. Thieves, covetous thieves. We have thieves that
Sorry for the breaking in information. Welcome back.
hello, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you. We have thieves that embarks on stealing out of covetousness, and that is the stealing pattern of rats. You know, rats does not have need of bra, but rats go steal bra. Rat does not have need of pants, but rat go still pant. And that is to let you know that that is covetous stealing. You are coveting against people. So you want to steal what belongs to them so that you will see them suffer. It's not because you need that thing. So they have stolen all our money, dump it over other countries.
Some they
And
steal it
here
and keep
they
the money
are.
until the money decay.
I'm telling you, it throw things and they throw it away. They are rats. They are rats. They
In
steal
bags,
like rats.
I saw the video. Most of us saw the video. Cash,
Yes,
raw cash,
of course,
stored
of
in
course.
bags until it got rotten
Exactly,
completely.
exactly. That is Nigerian government. They are rats in the government seats. And they say I should call them a government. They are not. And then I told people, I say, see, these monies, you citizens will soon start refunding it. Oh. And they were like, I am drunk. I say, no, I am not drunk. I don't take alcohol. My brain is intact. I say, but you will see it.
Yeah.
So exactly what is happening now. When you branch a filling station to buy a liter of fuel, you have started paying the debt. That is why you see the fuel at that high rate. We are going to remove fuel subsidy. Professors and co, they all clapped. Fools, bunch of fools, bunch of illiterates that will tell me they are educated when they are not. Bunch of illiterates that will tell me they are elites when they are not.
They're not.
We know them by their works. And now, when you go out to buy a biscuit, you are paying the debt. You understand, sir? Because
Absolutely.
I mean, small biscuit is very, very costly. That some families can't even fetch it. Because if you go about buying biscuit, how will you get money to buy a cup of gari? So you cannot. And going by buying a cup of gari, you are paying the debt. So everybody as a citizen have started paying the debt. And we don't know when they will finish paying the debt because it's so much. That is Nigerian states. And you say I should call these people a government? And you say I should say that these people, they are up to a country? No, they are not up to a country. Such irresponsible set of human beings, from both the people known as governments and then to the citizens, all irresponsible people. Now, number 10, this is a government that says there is freedom of speech, freedom of movement, and association. But yet, they set themselves as watchdogs against truth. Then tell me that thing you are telling me about freedom, how it is working or how you really meant it. You get the point, sir?
Yeah.
They tell us we have freedom of speech, movement, and association. But yet you cannot move freely. You cannot do anything freely. You can't speak the truth of what you are seeing with your two naked eyes.
Freedom of
They
speech,
have
but no
said,
freedom after speech.
I am telling you, they have set people that watches against people that will say this truth when they see it. They kidnap you. They assassinate you. They kill you. They imprison you for saying the truth. Is it not the same truth that Nnamdi Kanu, Oyendu, is going about that is making them to be talking about him? Nnamdi Kanu is a problem. Nnamdi Kanu is a problem. How is he your problem? Is he the one functioning your government that you will say is your problem? He is not the one functioning your government. You are the one doing that. And then himself is only saying the truth of what he sees with his eyes, and you say it's your problem. Just to say the truth, somebody is your problem. And you say I should call these people a government?
They are
They
not.
are not a government. It is a terrorist group. It's a terrorist group. Now, these are a people that will still sound and say we are in democracy. Like I had this terrorist chief, Musa, lamenting and wailing. Simon Ekpa is our problem. Simon Ekpa is our problem. And I was like, I don't understand. How is Simon Ekpa your problem? Simon Ekpa in Finland. He is not in Nigeria. He is not functioning your government. He is not the one perpetrating all of this evil
At all.
against the citizens. And you are shouting Simon Ekpa. Is it because he is saying the truth of what you are doing against humanity? That is why Simon Ekpa is now your problem, you know. And yet he was saying we are in democratic era. This democratic era, I don't know why Finland or the Europe will be supporting Simon Ekpa to be doing all of these things he's doing and all of that. I was like, he should be very close to me. Let me give him a sound that suit him, so that he will come back to his senses. You know, this is terrible. And number 11, this is a government that bribes medias not to report truth when they kill the citizens. You understand, sir?
Yeah,
It's a government that bribes all the medias not to report truth why they
exactly.
are killing the citizens, you know.
There's
And
no
then you
media
say I
freedom.
should call them a government. They have failed in their responsibility as a government. What they are rather doing is the function of a criminal, the function of a terrorist. That is the people that call themselves a government of Nigeria. And you say Nigeria should work. It will not work till
Should
tomorrow,
not.
and it's not designed to work.
Never.
So, and now when they kill the people and they bribe the medias not to say the truth, rather turn the truth against
Network problem. Network problem. Biafrans, be patient. Our brother is going to be back. Let's exercise patience for him to reconnect back. So network problem. We always have this problem. He's making a very important point. Reasons why you see Nigeria as a terrorist country. You know, when we say it, people don't understand. They think we are saying that of hatred. It is not. Our Supreme Namaste Nnamdi Kanu called them to their face in their own court. He called them terrorists. A country that does not, they can't even obey their own law. The law that they made by themselves, they can't obey it. So how can anybody try to associate with such a government? But what you are seeing today is interest. That is what the West is pursuing. Interest. And because of the interest they have, that is why they don't care on what happens in Biafra land. They don't care. They continue to support that evil agenda. They continue to support the intimidation and attack of the people because of their own interests. Just like my brother was saying, that there is no sensible country that will allow their raw materials to be exported raw. There's no sensible country in the world that will allow their raw material to be given out raw.
You give out your raw material raw, just like the crude oil you see. The crude oil here, each time you see them talking about the crude oil, they only talk about petrol. They talk about petrol. They so much talk about the petrol. But in crude oil, there are so many other resources in crude oil. And nobody is asking about it. Nobody is even paying attention to other things that come. I have never seen in any platform where people are complaining about the exploitation of crude oil, and they ask, what about other contents in that very crude oil? Is it only petrol? But in Nigeria, all their eyes is focused on petrol. Even when you see the argument of exploitation of crude oil, but they only talk about petroleum. They only talk about petroleum. The rest resources that are in it, they don't want to talk about it. And that is a government that people support. A government that supports terrorism in the open. A government that will come out and boast of terrorism. A government where their media will come in broad daylight. The media of the government will continue to be encouraging terrorism. We have seen so many of their broadcasters come online and begin to encourage the government to go ahead and kidnap people. The kidnapping you are crying about today in Nigeria was introduced by the government of Nigeria. They introduced kidnapping. The one that called himself a human rights activist in Abuja. Most of you might know him. Most of you know him. The one that called himself a human rights activist that is operating human rights radio. They call him Ordinary Ahmed or whatever they call himself. Ordinary Ahmed. In one of his programs, he was telling the government to apply the Omar Digo method to go and bring Master Samaraba. This is somebody who claimed to be an activist, a human rights activist. He was in his platform encouraging kidnap, telling the government of Nigeria to go and kidnap Master Samaraba in Finland. The other day, there was another newscaster also reminding the government about their strategy they used to do them on Omar Digo. This is the kind of a country that somebody will come and begin to be proud of. You see, when we call them a terrorist government, we say it with evidence, facts. It is not out of hatred. We don't just say it because we hate them or just for blackmail or propaganda. Based on what we have seen all over the world, it is only Nigeria where terrorists are recruited into their military. Terrorists are recruited into their military and they celebrate it in the open. We have seen them, they recruit them into the custom, recruit them into the police, recruit them into the army. And after that recruitment, they push them to the southeast to begin to destroy innocent lives. And they want us to fold hand and pretend it's not happening. We cannot. Gone are the days when we cry and complain. It is time for action. And we are taking action to make sure that Biafra land is restored. The independent state of Biafra will be restored. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It does not matter their propaganda, their blackmail, and all their obstructions. It cannot change anything. We will continue to focus and do what we have to do. You're welcome back, my brother.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you hear me from there?
Loud and clear.
Very good. So, like I was saying, when they kill the citizens, do a lot of harms and havocs against the citizens, the poor masses, and nobody is talking about it because they have succeeded to bribe all the medias to speak lies against humanity. And then they feel they have succeeded everything. Then the eyes that never sleeps, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, will come out and say it to the world to know what Nigerian state is doing to their citizens. Then they will start shouting, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is our problem. He is the insecurity we are having here. Simon Ekpa is our problem. He is the problem of our insecurity. When it is pure lies. And they know that they are the problem. So now, number 12, this is a government that scams the poor. They scams the poor to continue enriching themselves, to create a very big margin between them and the masses, the citizens. And you say I should call them a government. A people that also prones scammers. And that is why the international communities doesn't give free access to Nigerian citizens, even with their visa, to remain in their countries,
Yes.
because they know that Nigeria is a bunch of rats, proning rats at all times.
Fake documents.
So the international communities are afraid of all of these people. That is what the government of Nigeria has succeeded doing. Painting all the citizens black, and you say it's a government. I can never call them a government. These are terrorists of its kind. And then number 13, a government that colonizes, the people. I mean a government that has formed themselves a colony of rats. You understand, sir?
Yeah.
It's a government that has made themselves a colony of rats. And now, when you turn around the clock of Nigeria, no one is safe, because almost
No.
everybody is having that mindset of undoing the next person, of scamming the next person, of
Absolutely.
stealing from the next person. And that is the only job the Nigerian government has succeeded to
In
create
creating.
for Nigerian citizens. Scamming, 419 work, stealing. That is what Nigerian government has succeeded.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that mindset of going to scam people, play 419, then forcefully take what belongs to others, imbibe on lies against others, then you cannot survive in Nigeria. So the only people that now survives are these sets in Nigeria. And they will still say Simon Ekpa is the problem. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is the problem, when we know the problem. And Nigerian citizens, as foolish as they are, they will continue hailing these terrorists, calling on them, come to our aid when bandits are killing us here. Come to our aid when terrorists are attacking us here. Comes to our aid. Who are these people perpetrating all of this evil? The same Nigerian states. Because they feel they want to make money from all corners, when they are not doing the needful that will actually provide money. We see how governments of countries
Another bridges. Patience. Let's wait and see. Another obstruction from the network. It's been a really ups and downs on the network, and no one is going to be blamed for that. It is what we see
daily on our network sometimes is not friendly, but we have to keep on going. Welcome back.
All right, sir. Thank you. So we see how governments of countries, takes responsibility on plain grounds, embarking on clean businesses.
Network again. So my fellow Biafrans that are connecting, anywhere you are connecting off from, please like and share this program. Do not keep the program to yourself. Like and share. The message we are passing here is very important. Don't say it doesn't concern you. It concerns every one of us. It really, really concerns every one of us. Today you can see that the exit of Biafra today is much more real than it had ever been. All they have to be doing today is to bring out points. Why Nigeria cannot be trusted, why Nigeria cannot be called a country, why Nigeria can no longer exist. We bring you all these points. When we say Nigeria is a terrorist government, we show you why. When we say that Nigeria is not viable, we show you why it is not viable. When we say that the only solution to the problem of Nigeria is disintegration, we'll tell you why we say that. That is what we do on this platform. So please like and share to everyone that they can be able to reach. Like and share. It is our responsibility to make sure that freedom comes. And in our freedom, we cannot compromise it. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It does not matter who is in our support or in support. As you can see, our prime minister have issued a statement and he made it clear that we have no enemy anywhere. There's nobody is our enemy. Our prime minister made it clear in the statement he released. He said, everybody is welcome. If you have any helping hand you can give, if you have any solution, if you have any idea on how to put an end to the government of Nigeria, come up, come forward. Our prime minister has made it very clear, very, very clear. Every one of us know that Nigeria, in the first place, was not meant to be a country. From the foundation, it was not meant to be a country. From the foundation, it was not formed to serve the purpose of the indigenous people in that country. From the onset, there has been fraud, there has been deceit, there has been rigging of election from the onset, from the beginning, foundation. So you can see from all indication that this is a country, this is an organization that has a faulty foundation. Calling it a country is an insult to other countries. Nigeria is not a country and has never been. It's only the politicians in Nigeria just trying to deceive themselves and those one Nigerians because of their own selfish interest, because of their gain, because of whatever they're gaining, they continue to push that narrative of Nigeria being a country. Nigeria is not a country, has never been, was not created to be a country. It is not. It's a company. A company that was meant for the British to serve the British. And today they are still serving that purpose. They are still serving that purpose. That is why the British is ready to support anybody that will allow the free flow of oil to the UK. They will always allow it. They will always support anybody that is ready to give the free flow of oil unmeasured. The same thing France we are doing in Burkina Faso and in Niger is what the UK is still doing in Nigeria up to this minute as we speak. What was going on in Burkina and what was going on in Niger is still going on in Nigeria. And the worst of it is that Nigeria has no plan to get out of it. They have no single plan to get. Every new leader you bring is preparing himself for his or her own fraud. Everyone is arranging him or herself for their own kind of fraud. And when you see them come out as a politician, they preach this and that. The only thing they are waiting for is an opportunity for them to steal. And they have even gone ahead to name that they're stealing national cake. So whenever they are coming up, they call it national cake. And the people speak about this fraud openly. They celebrate it. They applaud it. They support it.
So it is not something that is done in the secret. So each time we come here, we are bringing the information closer to your doorstep to make you understand why we say that Nigeria is not viable. When we say Nigeria is not worthy to be a country, we tell you why. When we call Nigeria a terrorist country, we tell you why. When the Biafrans say we can no longer be part of this contraption called Nigeria, we tell you why we say that. And that is what we have been doing. So everyone on this platform, please, I want you to like and share this very video to all platforms. Make sure that everybody is informed. It is our responsibility to educate all people. Just as Mazen Nanekan said that we must carry everybody along. And our President Mazen Saboutuers said that we must engage in radical evangelism to awaken the sleeping people. You're welcome back, my brother. Can you hear me?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir. So, like I was saying, a people that scams the citizens, runs scammers, and make everybody, almost everybody rather, to be filled with the mindset of stealing, undoing one another. And then the policeman, instead of doing his duties, he is going to the road to steal, to do picking pockets, to steal from the citizens, from the same poor masses that they don't have at heart, from the same poor masses that they have not made job provisions for, to steal from them. And when you don't give them these 100 naira, 200, 500, and as they may desire to demand, they neither shoot you and kill you and tag you a different thing, lie against you. Sometimes they will remove a pistol and place upon your chest that they caught you with a gun, while it was because you failed to give them 1 naira. 100 naira. That is why they have done that against you. End your life when either you are a breadwinner to your family. These are the evil they keep perpetrating. And then I see a situation where the military that is trained to serve within the borders of their nation, to protect the country, the lives of the citizens. The military will now leave their rule of engagement and go about the streets internally, and they say they are in operation. What kind of operation? Who are you fighting with? You are prone to fight war. Is it the peaceful citizens? I mean, the peaceful citizens you are warring with, you are fighting war with AK-47, 49 on the streets at the heart of the town. Military, is that your rule of engagement?
Ask them all.
And people will not come out to say the truth the way it is, so that things will be corrected. And you say some of us should keep quiet when things are going wrong. Military is being trained not to walk at the heart of the town, not to go about civil matters. They are trained to walk within the borders of their country, to defend their nation, to protect the citizens. But today, the reverse is the case. When they leave their rule of and they are walking in the heart of the town, I mean involving themselves in civil matters against the law, against Nigerian law and across. And people are not saying this truth. They are not seeing it as evil. Now, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa is their problem when they are the problem to themselves. We know that civil matters are meant for the police and not just going for or embarking on arrests without profiling, not just embarking on arrests without proper investigations. The work of the police is to ensure that they embark or engage on proper profiling investigations. And then before they will invite the suspects, and after this invitation, interrogations will take place to confirm or align with their investigations before prosecutions. But today, the reverse is the case. Police will prosecute first before they embark on investigation. Is that how it's supposed to be? Going against their rule of engagement, going against the law, and yet they will not see that they are the problem. They will tag the problem to Nnamdi Kanu. They will tag the problem to Simon Ekpa. I am saying all of this to vindicate these two people. You understand me, sir?
Yeah,
And I know through this platform, the whole world is hearing what I am saying.
absolutely.
Because even if they want to come and investigate it, I mean the international community, this is what they will see. This is the pure truth and fact of the picture of Nigerian states
A state that does not obey its
against
own
their
law, does not
citizens.
obey their own law.
Against their citizens. You know, and you say, I, Young Wealthy, should call them a government.
They are not.
When I see a clear terrorist group organization in a government seat of so-called a nation, you know, perpetrating all manner of evil against the citizens, and they silence the citizens not to say what they see, not to say what happens to them, because they are always pointing guns against the poor masses, so that they will not say the evil they perpetrate against them. Is that a government that refuses to protect its own people, running after its own people at all times, so that they will continue to eat with their families? That is not a government. So now, like I was saying, they steal like rats without mercy. It's only a rat that steals without mercy. Like I earlier said, you keep your bra, rats will not spare your bra. But in not they wear am, you go steal am, carry go hide am, so that you will suffer, lamenting and looking for your bra, lamenting and looking for your pants. Rat will steal it, and rat is not making use of it. Since they started stealing Nigerian money from Nigerian treasury, until today they are not satisfied. Dumping the money all over the world, not making use of it. Others will put it in the soakaway pits. Wickedness of the highest order against their citizens. And they will tag the whole problem to Simon Ekpa is our problem. Nnamdi Kanu is our problem. How is he your problem? When you are doing all of this evil, and for once you cannot sit back to say, wow, I am a fellow human being like these ones. These things I am doing against them. For me being in their own shoe or position, while they are in my own position, and they made this on me, how better will I feel? So that you will have a change of mindset. They will not do that. You know. Number 14, I say it as a question. In all of this, I am asking the world now, hearing me. In all of this picture that they have seen these people on, so-called Nigerian government, should we still call them a government?
No, not at all.
They are a terrorist group. And I am sounding this to just like what one man would say, 70 years old man. Until today, the 70-year-old man of Nigeria cannot come to realization that Nigeria does not belong to them.
Mm.
He's a business center of the British, and so it is not designed to work. The people who canvassed for Nigerian independence, they were so curious that out of their curiosity, immediately the British pronounced that, okay, you are worried for this your freedom, independence so much. We have accepted, we are going to give you the freedom. They never bothered to give you the independence. They never bothered about the freedom. They only put forth their hands to collect the independence and rush away with it without standing back to demand for freedom attached to independence. That really makes independence a real independence. And you say Nigeria should work? Nigeria is a mistake to humanity within this geographical space. It's a very big mistake on mankind. And pastors will tell me that Nigeria is given to us by God. Which God? The devils on earth, British people, are the God? Are they the God? I mean the devils on earth. British are the devils on earth. Are they the God?
They are
These
not.
people that scammed us with this, are they the God that created Nigeria? When the people, the elites of those days who seek for this independence, immediately they had this pronouncement. I mean, they forgot the freedom behind out of curiosity. And then the British, before this time, but the British have gone for a meeting on how to scam the people within this geographical space. Now, what did they do? Okay, well, since they worry so much, we will let us go there and scam them by pronouncing to them that we have accepted to give you independence. But that our market, that our business center, that our warehouse, that our company, Niger Royal Company, we are going there to add a IA at the back of it, so that it will no longer sound Niger. It will now sound Nigeria, and tell them that this is your nation, your country from today, the name of your country from today. Which the British in themselves, they know that they scammed us using that name. It's still their company that they are running. And that is why they never cared for mankind, humanity, even with all the cry of the poor masses. They never cared. They closed their ears because they must continue to run their business to make up themselves or their nation. Which I tell people that from the day people within this geographical space will realize themselves, the Great Britain we are hearing about will no longer be Great Britain because it will collapse. All the food they are eating that is making them fat is what belongs to us. What the Nigerian citizens are supposed to eat and bless God with. That is what the scam does, using the Bible and all manner of scam. And then the people are now doing mumu mumu when they hold the Bible. And what they taught the people is that you don't have to go about earthly possession, earthly wealth, and all of that. Meanwhile, it is the same God Himself that told us that I created you and put you on this earth surface for a purpose. He said, take dominion, explore your world. And the ministers will scam us in the church and tell us that anybody that goes about, possessing anything on earth, or, getting himself busy so that you will neither have money or something, um, you are sinning against God. And everybody will fold his hand and only hold the Bible on their chests. Oh, let me not sin against God, oh. And as a result of that, you remain ignorant of facts about life. And the British will continue stealing and enriching themselves. And then with those particular sets that are in the government house of the Nigerian states. And then you say I should call them a government. And all the 70 years old men, they are not realizing themselves. Everybody is keeping mute. Today, if they dash you small thing, they are killing your brother, you keep quiet. You will not talk. You will not rise up. You will not take responsibility, forgetting that if today is your brother's turn, tomorrow it will be your turn. Nigeria will certainly happen to you if you don't take responsibility. And the worst thing to happen to mankind is Nigeria. If Nigeria happens to you, you will feel heaven should fall, and it will not fall, it will remain where it is. You rather blame yourself because you refuse to take responsibility.
Yes.
When it's happening to your brother and you are saying nothing, and God Himself said we should be our brother's keepers. Because today they don't put small thing in your hand, then they can kill your brother. You are no longer your brother's keeper because you dey leak small something, peanut in that matter, that cannot sustain you to the next day. And then tomorrow it will be your turn. Until all of us should just fold our hands and die like that. A certain people that God has ordained for the liberation of mankind within this space called Nigeria and in Africa as a whole, they will do the needful. Even if some agents will be paid to blackmail, they will continue doing the needful because God is behind them. And we who will stand in our little way to give them this support to achieve at all times. When I'm eating, I used to thank, after thanking God, I thank Onyendu, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I thank Simon Ekpa. Because if not so, by this time, we should be running kitty kitty kata kata everywhere in Biafra land. But because of the great work of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, is the reason why we can sit in at home. At least any small thing where don't fall your hand, you chop them without running.
Yeah.
So I thank them so much. I appreciate them. And my prayers for them is that they will work stronger and stronger
The
every day.
same. He said,
But then someone will wake up in his foolishness and say, you see, Nigerian forces is a very strong force. We shouldn't go fighting them because this thing will result to war. Which kind of war? It's only a coward that will sound like that. It's only a coward that will sound like that. A lot of nations fought their freedom, which of course freedom is not given. Freedom is fought for and taken. It's not given. So, like today, if like in a lot of ministers like will always tell us, self-determination, because they sound like self-determination is a sin. They sound like self-defense is a sin, but we see self-determination in the Bible. We see self-defense in the Bible. Clear. I don't know why they are mixing words, confusing themselves, and only concentrating on picking pockets, steal from the poor, the same poor masses. And then, if that is the case, what happens to America? America fought for their freedom and took it. Because, of course, from the days of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffered violence, and only violence will take it by force. So now, if God was against, or in short, is against self-determination, neither self-defense, why then did America, who was like a prey in the hands of the British, how then do they fight? I mean, to win this war and gain their freedom. And today, they do not just gain their freedom, they are world power. If God is not or was not in support of them, ordinarily, can they make it?
no.
The answer is no. They made it because God supported their determination. God supported their action. Because God will always go with freedom for mankind, and not for people to wake up and colonize others, which is a sin before God. I am saying all of this to, wake up the brains and the mindset of our people who are giving ears to these broadcasts, so that their ideas will wake up, and then know that the only thing that is in their hands to do that will make God happy with them is to rise up on their feet and stop remaining like cowards. Rise up on their feet, do the needful, which is self-determination and self-defense. Support the cause of Biafra, which is a cause for, the freedom of mankind. Within Biafra, up to the whole people found within this geographical space, known as the Oduduwa Nation, known as the Arewa Nation as well, and across the entire Africa. It will go a long way to help us. But my happiness is just like you have said earlier. Even if as many will not be ready to put in their hand to work, maybe out of fear because they want to remain cowards forever, then the few ones that are ready determinously, we will pursue. Let them go and sleep. Let them not obstruct anything. They should rather go and sleep and cover blankets snore as much as they can.
Absolutely.
Let's use the time and the opportunity we have here to pursue this freedom and get it. Once we are done, we can go awaken them so that they will only see that the freedom has already come on board,
Mm.
you know. But if they will feel that either they by bribe, by the government, I mean, the Nigerian state bribing them to come and stand on their way, anyway, this Biafra struggle of course is a caterpillar. You know what that
Absolutely.
means. When you stand on the road of a caterpillar, expect crushing. Expect crushing. The caterpillar will crush you and do the needful. Period. That is how it is. So, thank you so much, sir. And I thank the Biafrans so much, the Biafrans who are listening to this broadcast this morning, as well, all of you who are at the forefront of this struggle. And my prayer is that God will protect all of you.
He said,
No one of you will die,
he said,
be it by accident
he
or
said,
be it by attack. You will not die.
he
You will
said,
remain strong and healthy.
he said,
Your brains will remain, super active
he said,
all the time. That the needful will always be ringing in your head,
he said,
and you continue applying it for this freedom to be gained,
he said,
which is as soon as possible. And Mazin Nandi Kanu, wherever he is there, God will continue to surround him with his angels,
he said,
feed him with the heavenly food to give him all the strength to remain very, very resolute, agile, very strong,
he said,
that he will put all the enemies to shame from even where he is, and he will gain his freedom.
he
Just
said,
like the people he is fighting for, which is the Biafrans, who gain all their freedom, and nobody will stand on our way, and there is
he said,
nothing they can do about it
he
other
did,
than we having it, and we glorify God himself.
he
And
said,
that's why at the very time when Nnamdi Kanu mentioned that God instructed him to use the 155, 150 chapters of
50.
Psalms
Yeah.
for fasting and prayers. That day when I heard that, I knew that Biafra has come already. I knew Biafra has come already. And that no matter how tough the road will be, no matter all the forces they will go inviting, no one beats God. God is absolutely involved,
Yes.
you know. And be it the president of Nigeria, be it all other forces in Nigeria, when they stand on the way, they should consider themselves dead.
Absolutely.
Period. Because the children of God must gain their freedom.
Yes.
Must.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you so much.
you, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, and thank you, all the Biafrans. May the Lord continue to protect and guide you.
He said,
In the name of Chukwu Kabiam.
he said, thank you so much, my beloved brother. You have really done justice to the topic, and you've done what we have signed up to do. Every
Thank you,
one
sir.
of us has taken up this responsibility. It is our job to continue to
Yes, sir.
sensitize Biafran people, to remind them of things they have forgotten. I used to tell people, there is nothing new
Yeah.
you are going to hear from us. We are just reminding you of things you have known before that we are ignoring. There is no new message that we can preach more than what Mazen Nandekane have done for 2 decades.
Exactly.
We are only reminding you because you are so forgetful.
Of course.
Something happened the next few minutes, you are forgetting it. That is why we are reminding you. And we will continue to remind you until we finally walk out of the zone. So I appreciate you, my beloved brother, for that amazing presentation you have just made. And you have actually given us a closing speech and closing prayer. I have nothing more to do. I have not spent up to 2 hours like this for a very long time on this platform. My program is always 1 hour, but now we are spending more than 2 hours. And it's a very fruitful more than 2 hours of program. And I used to tell people, this platform is for the Biafran people. If you are out there and you have an information to pass, click the link, join us here, and you pass your information. Nobody's an expert in this. Every one of us is getting a message from Chukwu Okike Abiam. There's one thing our Prime Minister said after the kingdom of Nandikam. The revelation he gave. In that revelation, he says, a time is going to come when the restoration of Biafra will be in autopilot. A time is going to come when the restoration of Biafra will be in autopilot. Everybody will be responsible. It will come to an extent that if you are not able to control it, you will think they are fighting you. They are fighting you. That was the message that our Prime Minister gave. And those idiots misunderstood it for overtake. And they named us autopilot. And we are gladly took the name. And look at where we are today. So every one of us have a message. When you are speaking on this platform, members of the cabinet are watching us. There is one of our members of the cabinet who is here watching us. Our Prime Minister watches time to time. He observes. So every observation you make here, every information you pass, he is going to get it. That is why I always beg people, when you are making your presentation, make it in a civil manner. And I love the way you are presenting your case. No matter anywhere anybody is coming from, whether you are a Nigerian or you are from a foreign country, because some of these foreign countries are watching, they are following our platforms and they are trying to see what the people representing Biafra are doing. That is why I love when people come, they conduct themselves, no matter our anger, no matter our displeasure, no matter what we are feeling, we control ourselves and present our case in a civil manner, and the whole world will hear us and hear us clear. I thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you, and I would love to be having you on the program from time to time. Now we are going to close the program. Fellow Biafrans that are watching, any place you are watching from us, I appreciate every one of you that have been able to be patient with us in all the time we have spent. It is useful. The only thing you can help us to do is to share this program to your own platform, family and friends. Make sure you reach out to. Chukwu Okike Abiam have answered us, and we will never fail. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafran shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Mazi Nandikam shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again in the evening. By the special grace of God, I will be online in the evening. If you have time, join us. Let us continue on this message and push the message until the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Thank you so much and stay blessed. Bye-bye. Biafra government, peace, progress, unity, and equity. We move airborne